elections that passed in November last year, ODM gave up any interest in Western Kenya to UDA, meaning that UDA is growing in strength in areas where other parties were stronger. Do you admit that, yes, as we continue to get closer to the elections, UDA is becoming a stronger party?
Fred, I want to repeat again that apart from my party, the Orange Democratic Movement, the only other party that has presence in all the 52,000 plus polling stations in this country is the UDA, United Democratic Alliance. And so I'm restating the obvious, that the UDA is becoming strong and stronger.
As ODM weakens.
In fact, if you look at the dailies today, the party leader, who is the president, is hosting all the aspirants next week. What does that tell you? He's preparing for battle royale. He's aware that he's got a battle that he must win. And he's using everything at his disposal to ensure that UDA becomes even stronger. As to whether ODM is becoming weak or not, that is not for me to answer.
You are a member of ODM.
I told you very well that we are still mourning the death of BAMBA.
Okay.
And our absence in the November elections, coming just a month after his death, could have been as a result of the shock that we had as a party. But don't forget that we are in partnership with UDA. So if one becomes stronger, the other need not become weaker, because we are one and the same thing now. Don't you live in this country, Fred?
We've seen previously that UDA got into a partnership with ANC, and now ANC is non-existent.
Well, ANC was a small party with 4 or 5 members of parliament. You can't compare the ANC with the ODM. We're in this partnership not as equal partners, but as important and strategic partners. We are negotiating from a position of strength for an alliance to go into the 2027 elections. And I'm telling you,
who is your party leader?
We are going to get 80% of the votes. I'm telling you that.
As a coalition?
As a coalition.
Okay, okay. Bwana Sosion, in as far as party strength is concerned, the president has always wanted a huge monolithic party. In fact, the equivalent of what, in comparison probably to the China's Communist Party. Do you think he's right on his way to achieving that?
Yes, indeed. Even with a coalition. The coalition
eventually swallow them and become one big party?
Even with the coalition, it's going to be a massive political movement. And while the coalition will be a massive political movement, and I would like to remind Mbai, if you are talking about the mountain, the test of the mountain in terms of UDA's strength was in Berry.
Oh no, don't go there.
And,
don't go there. Mwalimu, you
that's a fact.
Mwalimu, you are a professional. There are times we checked. Mwalimu,
let's just allow him. Dr. Mbai.
Mwalimu, you see, you have taught me.
Don't lie.
Let's allow Mwalimu continue.
Don't go there.
UDA won Berry constituency, and that is in the mountain. And we have seen grassroots elections for UDA conducted across all the polling stations in Mount Kenya. That's a fact. You are a credible media. You saw it. And you've seen activities of UDA lined up. Meeting of all elected leaders, governors, senators, members of parliament, MCAs, with the party leader. That is organizing. You know, the president is a maverick organizer and a very good director, for that matter. And he knows that a political party does not exist in the ivory towers. A very strong political party must go to the grassroots. And that is why these organized meetings are important to strengthen the organizing power of UDA. There will be a meeting for all aspirants for 2027, so that.
And after all this happens, do you think this party will outlive the president?
And when you look at Malaba, for example.
Do you think this party, after all this success, once President William Ruto leaves, because we've seen this happen with all parties, once the leader leaves office, that's the death of the party. With all this strength that it's building, do you think this one will outlive the president?
No, the focus here, if you look at the the architecture of ODM and UDA social parties, of course, they have been led by very strong leaders, one Raila Odinga.
And we can see what's happening to ODM now.
William Ruto, and with the coalition, so they will still remain within that space. But I think what is important, when you look at what the president is doing, conducting activities in all the polling stations. No. Conducting activities in all the polling stations is decentralizing activities from an individual to the people.
Okay.
So it becomes the people's
Final
party.
word on this, Professor, as we wrap up. On the strength of UDA. We're talking about building strength and sustaining such political parties. Well, UDA appears to be stronger and growing stronger by the day.
Well, as a member of LDP and a presidential aspirant, it will be bad for me.
It will be bad for you to admit that?
To talk about the strength of UDA, because for me, the strength is
and
not
in
just...
that way you have admitted.
Say whatever you want to say, Sassion. Be disciplined. I think class teachers used to tell us to wait for the teacher to talk.
We're out of time, Professor.
So I want to say that the most important thing here is that the strength is the strength into ideology, what they want to do for people of Kenya. Because when you look at the youth, they're not looking at the strength of UDA in terms of how many MPs they have, how much money they receive, how much grants have they mobilized. Because democracy is not just the right to vote, it's the right to offer services to people. Is the merger, is the strength of UDA good for Kenya in terms of public service, in terms of economic liberation? No. The stronger UDA is, the more nothing will get. The more injustice we see, because when they are strong, you saw how many people have been killed. When they were strong, you saw how many people have lost lives, abductions, you've seen corruption. So when ODM and UDA comes together, are they creating a bigger mongrel that are going to ensure that Kenyans cannot get their rights? I would like parties like LDP to emerge, which have ideologies, which are people-driven, that can offer healthcare for free, can offer education for free. We have a prototype, not manifestos. I told you, a prototype, mfano of what we want to do, like a symbol of what we want to do. We are very clear about how we can ensure that education does not suffer, healthcare does not suffer. So for me, when the devil gets stronger, when the kingdom of the devil gets stronger, the heaven is not happy.
Okay.
So according to me, these are demons. These are parties which cannot offer any goodness to Kenya.
We
and
only have
the
a few
stronger they
seconds.
are, the worse, because they have demonstrated. They are affordable housing. They are talking about 344,000 jobs. They are not there. They are talking about the Nyota program. They are telling us they have created businesses in all counties. They are not there.
Let me
they
give
are based on lies
Dr.
and
Mboy
propaganda.
30 seconds for your final words. 30 seconds.
I'll say this. I'll say this. First of all, it's very unfortunate that the government stole elections in Bere and Marava just so that it can be ringing in our minds, keep on reminding us how strong they are. When everybody knows that they stole, just violence, robbery with violence. I don't want to talk much about Bere because there are two cases, very strong cases in court. Let's do it for it. But I can tell you this. That theft, Fred, made people so angry, so mad. Today, I can tell you this, UDA cannot get any seat and that association in Western. People are angry with the president and also Mount Kenya. They are bidding for their time. I'll tell you this. Where we are going to happen, UDA, we are going to have a lot of it in Rift Valley. I can tell you in Joho, Sibalati, Western, and all these presidents, they will not vie on ODM. They will look for other parties because they want to see the future.
Okay.
That's what the future is going to go by.
It's
very simple. We are not going to go that direction. We don't want all those other stories going around here. It will not work any other way.
All right. Bwana Manduko, 30 seconds only. Parting shot.
Well, my parting shot is that I wish Kenyans a better year, 2026, a year where we hope to have great transformation. I urge all parents to kindly take their grade 9 learners to schools.
Grade 10 and 9.
Grade 10 and 9, so that they can begin their learning as we sort out the current challenges that are in the sector.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Sosion. I don't want to give you an opportunity. You and Professor might take too long, but thank you so much for being here.
But there's something Mheshimiwa said.
No, I don't want to reintroduce it.
I'm not introducing.
No. The question I'd asked, sorry, Dr. Mbaye, we had asked on our social media pages, do you support an ODM-UDA coalition government? Yes or no? What are the results? Yes, on your screen, yes, 56%, no, 44%. Thank you so much for being part of that. Yes, Gladstone Medina says, for ODM survival and relevance, post-Baba's death, they will surely be stronger in government than outside, as long as they don't fold. Matthew Samuel says, they said long live the crown, but Baba went with ODM, unless otherwise, unless fresh blood. Like Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino take charge of the party. That's a big discussion, ODM. Thank you so much, Dr. Peter Mbai, Secretary Planning and Economic Affairs at the DCP, Professor Fred Ogola, Economic and Governance Expert, Wilson Sosion, veteran teacher and unionist, and MP Nyaribari Masaba, Daniel Manduku. Thank you so much for your time at TV47. DP Kindiki, job at stake as UDA meets over ODM talks. Yes, which party is weaker than which one? In these discussions, presiding over ROGS, that's a standard, and why the US is probing this man on the front page of the Daily Nation. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Freddie Ndimuli. Good morning.